Okay, welcome back, friends, to Gold Rush. At the end of the last episode, we had finally set up our water and our electricity after a little bit of hiccups. The old man has taken a couple of $100 from us. We still have quite a bit of money left. It turns out that the nuggets do not factor into the 40%, so that's a little bit of a problem. So we're going to try just, I guess we just dump stuff in until it fills up, and then we, yeah, cool, let's just do it. So one of the things that I've been doing recently has been working for a company called Tabletopia, who, if you've ever been around for my streams, you know that I've done some games on previously. I've streamed some board games. It's a pretty fun platform for going and playing board games in a digital space. I really quite like it. My work there is kind of a community manager / project manager, and it's going okay. It's nice to have some work during this trying time, and I like being able to stretch my creative legs from time to time. I think one of the interesting parts of it is the ability, one of the things that I'm doing is getting in touch with education organizations. So, you know, since a lot of people are having to do schooling at home, education institutions really want to be able to interact with their students better. So we're able to do that by through Tabletopia. I had to do a ton of research into education institutions that have used board games for educational purposes, and there's really some fascinating stuff out there. Some lecturer has, for international relations, has done an entire game, yes, that's what I meant to say. An entire course. Let me just take a couple of steps forward there. An entire course using a adapted version of diplomacy in order to, teach kids international relations. And by kids, I mean like young adults. We're talking university-grade courses. The other thing that some universities are doing is they've created their own games to teach academic integrity. Academic integrity, I think it's a mostly Australian term, but basically it covers teaching people, you know, not to plagiarize and all that sort of stuff. You know, teaching them the ins and outs of plagiarism, and also, like, you know, not borrowing other people's work and stuff like that. So, there's a university in Sydney that has done a entire, like, they teach their cohort of over 2,000 students using a board game every year. So that's pretty cool. I've got to say that I think that board games are starting to really be used in some interesting ways, and I'm definitely glad to see it. So this seems significantly faster. I think we will have more than halved our time. 52-gram nugget is the biggest nugget that I've seen so far, but I imagine that as the game continues, we'll see even more. Once again, if you find the gold nuggets too easy, please let me know. I can always disable them. And I don't mind starting again and then getting to this point without nuggets. Now, while it does seem wasteful, water-wise, to also be running the wavetable at this time, I guess, and also power-wise, we should probably turn it off. Yeah, we should probably turn it off and test some thoughts. Alright, how about at 110 we'll have a look at the power consumption. And then we'll do half an hour of game time with the wavetable on and half an hour with it off. And see what we get to. Alright, so at 110 it's at 87%. And so we'll have a look again at 140. This is working pretty well. I like the interesting glitch of, like, when I hit E, the shovel disappears, and you can see through it, but you can also see through the water. It's a good old interesting textural glitch. So yeah, like I said last time, I haven't really been able to make content, and I do apologize for that, but a lot of the content is just going to be me screwing around these days, I think. You know, back in the old days, I took Twitch and YouTube incredibly seriously. So seriously that it took a pretty big toll on my mental health, to be completely honest. You know, I got what I wanted out of it, though, which was to do something else and to also give back to the community for, like, all of the video content that I had the lucky opportunity to consume. So I'm glad I've been able to do that. Now, strangely, even though I say all that, I am still going to be doing something else seriously, which is the resin 3D printing videos that I'm going to be starting up. And I'll link them here and stuff like that as well. But I'm not going to start shilling them over on this channel. It's going to be more about having some cool, relaxing gameplay with some weirdly eerie music, and just relaxing and having fun, hopefully, with you folks hanging around. If there's a game that you want me to revisit that I've played previously, or a game that you think that I'll enjoy, please feel free to drop a comment in. Alright, so it's almost 140, it just hit there. We're at 82, so we lost 5%. So let's, oh, okay, it wasn't even on. Alright, well, there we go. I guess what we could do is we could turn it on. I'm gonna wait until it, let's wait until 145. Alright. Actually, we might even be able to see if it goes down faster, given that we're now using 4 times the amount of power. Alright. Anyway, 145, and it was at, what, 81, so... Alright, so we'll look up again at... yeah, I know how this works. 1:15. We're almost done with these mats, which is pretty cool. Once we get the gold nuggetator, then it'll be pretty cool as well. But I don't know, the bucket method might be faster than the gold nuggetator, to be honest. Alright, one more scoop and we hit our 100. Nice. Yep, cool. We lost a little bit of gold there, but that's okay. I reckon it's going to use about the same amount of power. Alright. Let's grab a bucket. So yeah, we haven't found a way to automate this yet, which is what the gold nuggetator would do. Gold nuggetator would allow us to basically wash these out in a machine rather than taking our time here. Now, I know it's dark and we could be doing stuff in the morning, but hopefully the brightness isn't too bad for you over there. But now we have an interesting situation. So now I'm a little bit nervous about this, actually. Because I don't know where the gold comes out. Actually, I think the gold just comes into my, like, pocket. Alright, let's watch. So 344, we power this in. Yeah. Look at that. Nice. So, I mean, and that's good. We paid attention. It was 344. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so it used what, like 6 or 7%? It's a weird amount that it used in that 30 minutes. Alright, so we got 22 grams of gold versus the 300 and something grams elsewhere. Now, obviously, I'm not going to make... I do think it's using more power, but I don't think it's using much. Now, I'm not going to... if you do want me to play on a, like, heavier level, like a harder level, I'm not going to, like, restart, like, I'm not going to make you sit through all of this stuff. It just means that I'll have done more before I get to the next area. Alright, so that's probably, 366 is probably going to be another decent amount. Let's shut this all down. Quiet silence. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not saying it's because of what we've been doing, because it hasn't. But this stream is running a little different at the moment. I think you'll just find that that's just daily changes that the game tends to go through. Now, I don't know how we end up selling this, but I might take it back to the shop and see what I can do. I think it's got something to do with like a zone or an area where I'm supposed to... Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm never going to need a hog pan, no pump again. Alright, I'll see you in town. Okay, we've just hit the town and we're going to go hit up the blacksmith. Hopefully things will be fine. I think we'll definitely have enough money on hand to... oh gosh. Yeah, hopefully we'll have enough money on hand to do everything we need to there, so... Put our parking brake on. I'm pretty good at remembering the parking brake. It's, I either forget to do everything, or none at all. So the blacksmith, he has a maximum amount that he can smelt in any one time. He has a cost involved, but to give you an idea, right, 366.7, we're going to lose 10% of it, just through the nature of smelting. And it costs us 1,284. Alright? If we were to sell this gold ore right now, we'd only get 6,303. So let's compare that, right? 6,303. So let's just assume that this is 1,300, and let's assume that therefore the end nugget needs to sell for 5,000 or more. Now we know that it'll sell for more than that because A, otherwise I wouldn't bother, and B, we sold the previous one, which was much smaller, for about 8,000. So yeah, it should go pretty well. Have a little look around. Actually, no. While we wait for the blacksmith, because there's sort of no need to hang around here. I'm gonna go have a little peekaboo at a. Oh gosh! Thought the turn was there. No, the turn is further along. Alright, so it's the second left after the railroad tracks. Yep, cut through this diner. Now you can of course go to sleep and stuff like that and wait until morning. I just can't be bothered. I don't see the point. But if this game is too dark for you, please let me know and maybe I can do something about it. On my end it looks just fine. Alright, so we can get a big power generator. We get a dump truck. As you can see, these things are costing far too much. We have a drilling machine, which will be useful. It'll actually be the first piece of equipment that we grab. But we will actually be renting it. We won't actually be doing anything else with it. So I think we'd be renting that. What else would we be doing? Look at these. These are some sluice boxes. Alright. So what we'd also be getting is a machine at the other store. You might have remembered me spotting that. It was like 4,000 or something. Oh, what's this boy? I know what this guy is. It's pretty cool. But you, well, you're a Glacier Creek. Okay, no, I know what you are too. It's a planter. Okay, sure. Bulldozer. Front end loader, how much are you per daily? Alright, 4,859. That's not entirely terrible. It's amazing the cost between a front end loader and a small excavator. So the small excavator is going to be the first thing we probably purchase. Actually, you know, we're probably even going to rent that. I don't see the reason to purchase any of this equipment if we're going to be replacing it in a few days. So... Now I could look at my journal if you have because you're kind of probably confused as to what all of these things are, but if you have a look at the guide you can sort of see what the pickup trucks are. So like for instance here it's saying go to the claim, find the hog pan area, set up the hog pan, you know, use the shovel to fill it with dirt. Like it's a pretty good journal. It explains everything fairly well. You know, even there you've got the panning system, but then it's like tier 1 extensions, which I guess is what I'm doing now. So it's talking about, hey, get a water pump, get your hoses, water filter, pan maps, get the extension. Well, we got the extension to begin with, and do all that. So we've fiddled with this a little bit more by grabbing some additional stuff. So now it's saying, hey, look, tier 2, which is what we're going to be attempting, right? Is the mobile wash plant, which is the major purchase that we've got to do. Water pump small, we're already there. Mobile generator already there. Cables, hoses already there. 3 buckets and a magnetite separator. So we're going to get that just fine. Hang on. But don't I also need... Maybe it'll be on the next page. I was like, don't I also need like a digger, like an excavator? Yeah, so yeah, buy the small excavator, so I don't know why it doesn't say that there, but oh right, that's why it's on the next one. So yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of cool stuff. I forgot about the magnetite separator, so I'm glad that the game reminded me. So I'm gonna need the mobile wash plant and the magnetite separator. Outside of that, we're also going to hire this small excavator. I'm not going to hire the big excavator, to be honest. What's the price for hiring that? $2,000 a day. Alright. We'll see. I'm glad you don't get tired in this game, unlike Euro Truck Simulator. Alright, let's go pick up our fat, juicy nug. Yeah, like, that was inappropriate. Alright, I don't think gold is particularly juicy, but we're gonna get ourselves a nice gold nugget bar thing and sell it for fat stacks of cash. Oh, nice. Really, the brakes on this thing are atrocious. Like, I was barely going any great speed. Oh, whatever. And we exit. We have our bar. It's 11.6 ounces. I like that the game does that for you. Like, it explains like it shows you printed on the bar, the weight of the bar, and it is accurate, so that's pretty cool. So you might have noticed, like I said, the blacksmith had a maximum amount that it could smelt. You can upgrade it, but in order to upgrade it, you need to provide the blacksmith with magnetite, or at least that's what you used to have to do. I didn't actually check if that was still the case, but I'm just going to run under the assumption that it is. Alright, so if we look at the stock market, look, I mean, I'm happy with pretty much anything above 40, to be honest. Yeah, I guess 42.9 is a little low, but you know, I'm not going to hang around for ages just to get a little bit more at this point in time. We get 14,000 dollaritos, which is pretty great. It's pretty great. If we have a look at how much we can take a loan out for, we now get almost the same again in loans, but whilst money is just a number, we're going to try our best not to do that. Alright, just sort of having a quick look around. I think our goal should be to try and get enough to... I don't think we're going to be able to like lease the highest part of land. But I think we should either try and buy this land or lease this land, and I think we'll probably end up leasing this land to get enough to then buy the final parcel of land. That does seem pretty correct to me. Alright. Now we're going to want an additional slot. Oh, we can't. That's alright. I know what we're going to do. I know what we're going to do. Alright, so we sold that. We've got 14,809. So yeah, you can definitely see that 14,000 is significantly better than the 5,000 we would have gotten if we'd just sold the ore flat out. Alright, I'm going to go to the shop and pick up a mobile wash plant. I'm probably also going to need power for the mobile wash plant. We'll see if it takes big power or little power. Probably also needs water of some description. So we could look up what it needs, but I kind of like the idea of just inspecting it and trying to figure things out on my own. So it definitely needs power. Can't tell if it uses a big power connector or a little one at this stage. I guess it's going to connect to that, so I guess it needs a big one. Yeah, it's fine. So this requires 60 liters an hour, so it's fairly significant, and 200 kilowatts an hour. So basically, with the wavetable, the water generator, and this, we max out our mobile generator just in these three things. But that's okay. So we're going to grab that. I do want we're also going to need this Magnetite Separator, which also needs water and also needs power. So this requires small power. So we're going to be stretched. Look at that power consumption. We're going to be significantly stretched. So our mobile generator probably won't cut it anymore, but I think we're just going to end up buying a second mobile generator because, like, the next step up from that is, well, much larger. I mean, surely there's a middle ground. I just don't know what the middle ground is. I don't even know where it is. I'll have a quick look in here, but I highly doubt it's going to be in the spare parts. So yeah, most of this is literally spare parts. It's designed to replace bits that break down and malfunction. So, all right. Yeah, I think so. I think we're also going to buy another mobile generator, mostly because basically I don't want to have to fiddle around with additional cables and switching and stuff like that. So it means we're going to consume more fuel, but that's okay. I am fine with this. In fact, I'm going to grab another jerry can. How does the jerry can have fuel consumption? What? Whatever. I think that's probably wrong. Let me just think for a second. Yeah, so we're going to set up a mobile generator almost entirely for the mobile wash plant. I think. We'll need to think some of this through. I'm going to look at the journal and see if we can attach any additional sluice boxes to the mobile wash station as well. I think, no, right, it goes straight into a bucket, doesn't it? Okay, and we can see here that it requires a fat hose connector for water, which of course that would make sense. Oh no, a fat hose to the generator, but then a normal hose to that. And it does need big power. That's cool. We're going to get that anyway. And then just a bucket. Yeah, I know all of that. Okay, and then we get into the bigger stuff. Alright, we're probably going to skip most of tier 3, but that's okay. So we grab that. We need another couple of thin water hoses. We need one high voltage power cable. We're going to also need to grab I don't quite know how well this is going to work, but we're actually going to grab a 3. I'm going to grab 3 of these and 3 more of these. Yeah. We're also going to, because we're buying another generator, I forget if I've already put that in my thingy, have I? Mobile generator, yes. So we're also going to want an additional cable. No, we don't need an additional cable. So basically my idea is this mobile generator will solely be for powering the mobile wash plant. The mobile wash plant will be much further away from the hog pump area. We'll probably do some reordering and rejiggering of stuff. So that is purely for that. The pump will hopefully, which does 80 liters an hour. So let me just work this out. You use 15 liters an hour. Use 10, so 25 liters an hour. Okay, so that means we're over what you're capable of pumping. I don't really want to have 2 small electric water pumps. But I also don't want to have, you know, a big electric water pump because that's just insanity. So... Yeah, see, it says a mobile wash plant, so you'd think you would end up using miner's moss. But I don't think any of the sluice boxes... Where are the bigger sluice boxes? They're in that other area. I don't think any of the bigger sluice boxes connect to this, so... Oh, I could buy the mobile water tank. I like this. It even has its own water pump that will always follow. I mean, 8,000 is a lot, but it also requires 4 liters per hour. But I think that that's mostly for... Yeah. So how come its pump uses more power than... Like 4 liters an hour is ridiculous. Like the small diesel water pump doesn't use that. Anyway, it's a purchase that we're going to think about. We're also going to... Oh, okay, there is a mobile fuel tank. Useful. We don't need it right now. Alright. So Bane's running around like a trick with his head cut off, but we'll figure it out. So I've got the mobile wash plant. Yes, I need that. Mobile generator, jerry can, thin water hose, high voltage power cable, some thin water hose connectors. I think we're also going to need an additional, as much as I don't want to, an additional small electric water pump. Oh, it's 1,000. That's only 8,000. But it uses so much more power. Alright, we're going to buy that too. So we're getting both the mobile wash plant and the big diesel, the big diesel, yes, the mobile water tank. So we still need that. It looks like... So the pump does big. I think it extends out either small or big. So we're probably going to need a couple more big hoses as well. And we're going to want another water filter. Not huge. Yeah, fat water hoses. We're going to want 2 fat water hoses. And 1 more water filter. Alright. So that's a lot. It's going to cost us more than we have. That's problematic. But we don't need... We don't need the thin water hose or the thin water hose connectors anymore. That's true. Oh, beautiful. It's almost like it's meant to be. Alright, if we've screwed it up, and I imagine we have, getting more money is going to be interesting. But that's okay. We may take our first loan potentially, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so these are ready for transport, which we will inevitably grab. I feel like I've forgotten something, but I think because we got the, oh yeah, this. I don't know if we've got to drop it there in order to sell it or something, but there is a way to sell it. I just, you know, the journal might tell me. Equipment store. Okay. Doesn't really say. Alright. You know, here, this is what we'll do. Go in the trash where you belong. Sure. I have no idea if that'll despawn. It might not. It might stay there for the entire game. But that's okay. For once, our truck isn't super full. Okay, so we have to get the truck all the way around there, I think. Hopefully we don't need some kind of cable. I don't actually know how hooking this stuff up works. Oh dear. Okay, this is significantly harder to control than Eurotruck. Alright, that looks pretty close to me. Nice. Alright. Yeah. let's take the parking brake off. Oh god, we're gonna jackknife. Nope, we're all good. Alright, so there's a water tower in the city. It's not that one. Okay, we're gonna try and use the water tower in the city. There it is. See if we can't fill this thing up while we're over here. Now, it did start with a little bit of fuel, but even if it doesn't have enough fuel, we're all good. Alright, so... we need... wait, that's out? Oh no. It only does out via big. That's not good. Okay, it only does in via fat and huge. What do you... I mean object must be in a flat... okay, is it object must be not attached to my car? Is that what the problem is? Yeah, cool. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, nice music change. Like, cheery music, like, haha, you screwed up. Sucker. Okay. Well, that was an experience. Alright, we'll be able to fill it up from the river. That's not going to be a problem. It's just annoying. Yeah, it's just annoying. Oh, we don't even have enough money to... oh, gee. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Good work, man. Alright, let's try and just gently. Alright, let's get on the road again. So we're going to use the gas station to turn on around this amazing turning circle. Well, that's cool. There's a decent amount of drag when using this, so works out pretty well. Ah, that's pretty cool. The town kind of comes alive during the day. Alright, see you back at base. Alrighty, so we're back. Oh, I almost thought we were about to get a crash there. We're back at our hog pan dig site. And we want to fill this baby up. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab the fat water hose. I don't think this is going to work, but... oh, chucks the hissy fit. Because it's not on a flat surface, even though it literally is. Cool. I'm glad that that's not actually in the water yet. Not that I think it's going to work unless I'm pumping, but it's kind of okay. Come on. Water filter. Yes, please. Alright, so obviously without any pressure, there's no way that that's going to work. So instead what we need to do is... detach. Oh my gosh. I don't need to see a video about that. Alright, so now what we do is instead of using the splitter here, we drop you off. We grab this. Now that's already filtered because of that, which we're just going to move ever so slightly. Cool. Alright, so in theory that should be filling up. Alright, we're going to leave that going while we head back into town. Picking up the other good. Oh shit, we don't want to hit that while it's working, so... Alright. See you in a little bit. Also, I guess we won't talk about the fact that it's 9 days to summer and snowing. Ah, Alaska. Alrighty, here we are hitting our plane. Is it even gonna fit? Not just. Okay. So what I really wanted to do was to also rent the drill machine. And while I expect that the drill machine doesn't require much, I'm just gonna have a quick look and see how we're going. Literage, looks like we're going just fine. Yeah, it does require a like delivery fee, like a transportation fee as well. I remembered that. So we are going to just use this. Well, not even use this. We're going to have to make some more money before we can actually get to doing this sort of stuff because of the delivery fees. So we're going to need 3,000, which is not a whole heck of a lot, but that's okay. There you go, grab the water pump, which I feel like should have enough water in it now. You know, no, let's leave the... Oh, good work. Let's leave the water pump there. It's slowly filling up, which is nice. Yeah, I imagine unplugging that with that on might be disastrous. Oh. So let's just turn you off. And... yeah, we'll wind that cable up. Cool. Now I'm hoping that 6,000 litres should be sufficient for a couple of days of use, at which point we should be able to afford the huge hose and do some crazy shenanigans, but not straight away. Okay, so what do I need to plug in again? Yeah. Let's grab you, plug you in. Alright, so we need roughly 3,000 more. Probably a little bit more than that, but I don't actually know what the transportation cost is in the game. It could be 2,000, so we're going to do a little bit more digging. Not a whole heck of a lot. Basically enough to get some nuggets. We're not even going to worry about the moss mats. And yeah, get to it. I'll see you in a little sec. Okay, we just hit a nice big nugget, which gets us to 140, which should be more than enough to pay for the additional bits and bobs. So I'm going to jump in the car, head back to the town, do some blacksmithing, and hopefully hire some vehicles. Hopefully we're not just a few dollars short. That would be disastrous. Alright, so we had enough to smelt, yeah, enough to smelt. Just enough. So just a little over 100 grams. I'm gonna wait for that to pop on out. Figured I'd look around for some additional story elements while I waited. And yeah, got one just behind this little dumb thing. So let's find out more about our esteemed blacksmith. Calm down, Benny, we can reheat it later, said young apprentice. We don't have time for that. The customer will be here tonight. I need to do it now, dear. Take this mold and put it inside the crucible. We'll make it fast. It's so messy in here. What did you do yesterday with all that stuff? Don't mind. Just focus on work. Tahira grabbed the mold and the crucible and took position next to Steve and Betty. They had been too long for all of them, but at the end of but at the end, the customer is satisfied. That's what matters. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know if we're getting any discounts for that, but that's fine. So a meager 3.7 ounces, but hopefully it'll do. Okay, that got us just over $4.5 grand. So as long as these machines don't need their first daily rental payments up front, we should be fine. I'm gonna find a place to turn around because this thing handles, well, like a truck. Oh gosh. Oh. You know what's down here? Maybe there's like a better route to take. Okay. So yeah, hopefully, we took a wrong turn. You're in the wrong neighborhood. Okay. Oh. Sure. Let's just keep turning around. Okay, maybe this will get us back into town. Yeah, that looks pretty likely. What can I say? I never said that I was great at following directions. Alright, so we're going to go and grab the drill, basically. So we're going to end the day with the excavator, but the first thing that we're going to grab is the drill. Hopefully we don't have to return the drill. Oh man, if we also have to transport it back when we want to return it, that could be problematic. Daily rental cost of 3,000. Okay, so we've rented it. So we have to check out. Ah, okay. It does cost us the first day's hire. Well, ain't that a problem? Okay, if we were to transfer that 1,500, okay. So 1,500, huh? Alright, so we have exactly enough to hire this for a single day and transport it, but then we will be out of money. And we still also need to hire the excavator and transport it. So what we're going to do is... it's a bit of a pickle. It is a bit of a pickle. We are going to hire this. It's a little silly, but we might have to get a loan, which is fine. It'll be a relatively small loan, so I have no major problems with it. Yep. Okay. So you see that our machines on claim has now maxed out, and as I've shown you previously, 20,000 to upgrade that. So we're going to just send the drilling machine, which drops us down to $47. And yeah. I will see you back at the site, and I'll show you why we really want that driller. Okay. Here's our drilling machine. Now, it'll come half full of gas, but hopefully that will be... hopefully that will be enough. Let's get into our first big machine. Alright, thank you for spoiling what I'm going to be doing with this, but thank you. Alright, let's show the controls. I like the drive camera personally. Oh, the rotatable camera. Oh yeah. Alright, let's turn the engine on. It's quieter than our truck. It also has a handbrake, that's good to know. Alright, let's not run over and crush our truck, that would be disastrous. Okay, so if we go and have a look at our claim, you can see that there's a whole bunch of boxes. So what the drilling machine is going to do is it's going to let us take a soil sample from each of the boxes and basically use that as an idea for like finding out what's good and what's not. Now, on Old Arnold's claim, from what I can see, these like already dug areas is like where other people have already dug for gold. So the game kind of makes it so that we possibly don't even really need to use this machine. I just like the idea. So let's learn this together. R and F. Set handbrake before drilling. Cool, that does make sense. So we go all the way down, and then we go all the way up. And then move on to the next claim. So we're just going to do these two, and then I'll show you how we can see what we've got. Mostly because I don't actually know the controls to get to what we've got, but I assume it's on the map somewhere. Hopefully we don't need to like leave the drill down there for ages or something. I don't assume so, but guess we'll find out. Alright, so when we go here, we can go to gold map. And here we go. So these are the two zones that we've looked at previously, and the drilled sample can show you roughly the total gold that exists, at what depths it exists, and what density it is at those depths. So on that entire square there's 8.6 kilos of gold, and just like this is 8.5 kilos of gold. See the drilling depth there as well. So yeah. So we're going to go around and we're going to mostly look at these coloured parcels, because I'm fairly certain that on Old Arnold's that's kind of where everything is. And we're going to map them out, and it's going to be time consuming. I'm not going to make you sit around and do all of that. As you can see on the other parcels, they're a little bit more untouched, so you sort of don't have this previous people to go on. So yeah, we will have a look through Old Arnold's parcel, find some good gold spots, and yeah, get into it. Now, like I said, I'm not going to make you sit around and watch all of that, so see you in a little while. Time is 10:50, so it's probably going to be dark by the time I'm done. Alright, so after a bunch of drilling, we have currently got a gold map. So basically, my idea was that anywhere that sort of had a like brown pattern on the ground where it had already been dug was probably an area worth having a look at. And so far that seems to be the case. There's a fairly large deposit over here, with the largest being about 10 kilos. But the drilling depth being quite deep, so you have to go quite deep there to get everything. The drilling depth here is quite shallow, so even though it has less total gold, I believe that overall it's a richer sort of claim per minute of digging done, particularly this spot here. So we'll see how that goes. Also found a couple of little bits over here as well that were fairly substantial. But ideally, I think we want to stick at sort of 288, 313, and 338 for now, so that's what we're going to try and do. Now, I know that I can hit toggle square and toggle these squares on, so that's what I'll do. I'm also going to assume that 312 next to it is probably pretty good as well, but that's where we're going to mostly focus on. And then maybe up here, so... Now I did sort of have a look at the sort of renting capability. And it seems like there's a sell area. It's not something that I quite understand, but I'm assuming it's this sort of dark area over here near the fast travel. Oh, actually, maybe it's that. Now, apparently, in order to finish the rental, I'll need to take it to the sell area and sell it. Yep, it says selling area, so seems like a good idea. Let's put that on. Let's turn the engine off, and there's nothing blocking. What? Okay, sure. Let's pretend like there's something. Alright, because it catapults you like 6 feet away from where the actual entrance is. Alright, so it's in the selling area, but I don't quite know how to... Oh, there we go. And we sell. Done. Okay. So we won't get charged for that come midnight, but we will of course need to go and check some other things. We're going to need to get enough money to rent the excavator and also transport it, so we're going to need another almost $2 grand. So that's going to be the next thing. We're going to use the old clean that we've got going to do that, and the hog pans, and once we're done with that, then we'll be heading on out. Okay, let's get to pumping. This is all set up still, and we have plenty of gas. So, turn everything on. And, yeah, let's get started. Alright, so we need a total of 2,000. We know that getting to 2,000 roughly requires about, well, about 50 grams. But we'll also need to sell stuff to pay for the smelting fees, so we're going to have to also keep that in mind. Plus we've got, we might end up taking the moss mats out of our hog pan pump and giving them a quick clean and seeing what we can get out of those. Alright, see you in a moment. Okay, we found a fairly large nugget, 73 grams, so that's probably going to be enough. Still, a little bit more is not a bad idea, so we're going to try and continue until we get one more, and then I'm going to squeeze out and clean these moss mats and see what we can get out of those. Hopefully it won't take too much longer to get just want one more nugget. Or 66%, so let's say 5 more of these. And doesn't look like we'll get lucky, but that's okay. Gambler's fallacy. Yep. Alright. Yeah, we're still at 66, so that works. Alright, let's clear out those moss mats. It takes a bit to get out of that hole now, but that's okay. We need a bucket. So yeah, we will be getting the nuggetator at some point, which will of course be fixing our mat cleaning issues. There we go. Don't know why they weren't going in, but that's okay. Alright. And into the wavetable she goes. And we turn the wavetable on. And we wait. I do have to wonder if this section, which is also a bit trampled, provides greater gold yield in this area. Or maybe this area, which is mottled. I don't rightly know. I also kind of wonder if I could have taken the digger over here, although I don't think you can get it across the river. So, another 15 grams of gold, nothing substantial, but it should be enough. Let's go and Let's go and see what we can get for that. Alrighty, so the blacksmith has finished, and we have ourselves a 2.1 ounce bar. Look, it's not much, but it'll sell, and that's the goal. Well, hopefully with this we can get our hands on a shiny new excavator, and we'll be renting it. I don't expect to have it for enough days to warrant the purchase price. See what I mean? Like, that was ridiculous. Does not take anywhere near that length of time for a 20km/h car to finish. Alright. $2,800 should be more than enough to do what we need. It also should mean that we don't actually go into the red for the next day. We will still have to sell some ore before we yeah, I'm aware of the fuel. We got jerry cans back at home, so it should be alright. Turn that off, get out of the car. Alright. So we want one of you, and we're gonna rent it, because $628 sounds significantly more appealing. So we'll order one of those. Cool. And we will transport it. 1,500, giving us a nice even $750. Alright, see you back at the plant, and we'll finally get this entire new setup up and running. Okay, and there she is. So we're going to want to get that and the mobile wash plant and all the other things into position over here. So we're going to go grab our little tank of water and see about getting it into position. Okay. So because the engine is still running? Nope. Ah, it's because I was looking at the wrong part of it. Gotcha. We'll have to have a look at what that light source is, but yeah, we want to go hit up that. It does look a little funky, doesn't it? Alright, so hopefully on our claim there's a couple of golden areas. They're going to be where we pay the most attention. Alright. So we're going to need a water tank for our wash station, which I think will probably end up about here. Get out of the car. Take you off. Now we're going to need large valves going into a splitter, I think, still. Maybe. Yeah, it's something that I haven't, I've kind of intentionally not thought about. But who knows, maybe we'll use fat hoses for the mobile wash station after all. But I think we use little ones. Yep, that is totally gentle. Perfect. Oh, that is a distance. Okay. Let's try backing it up ever so slightly. Alright, so mobile wash plant goes here. Yeah, that looks good to me, I think. Alright, let's have a look at our fat water hose. Yeah, we do not get anything highlighting there. It's kind of a bit of a pity, that's for sure. Wait, we don't get anything. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we know that we know what we need. Oh yeah, that's right. We don't actually need the truck, so we're gonna go and we need a thin hose and a fat hose, and probably more power than just that. We also need our generator, which is not there, but that's okay. Everything else should be okay there. I think I put my generator over back that way. Let's stop wasting fuel. Go pick up our generator, which should be just around the corner here. Alright. We're also going to need more power, so... At least I think we will. Hang on, didn't I... Oh, there should already be a power cable in the truck. I don't remember seeing it. Hang on, did I... No, I didn't pull it out when I went to the... when I dropped that off, so... Who knows? Maybe I threw it on the ground already. Yeah, I did. Probably actually turn the vehicle off for that one. Alright, so we've got our generator. The generator is going to power that and that somehow. Using a single cable, that's probably not going to work. Because, oh wait, this needs gasoline, not power, so that's okay. That is a-okay. Alright. So you... also go around here. Alright, so what do we need? We need the splitter, which is also going to need power. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. Alright, that's okay. We got this. Now that's empty, right? Yep. Empty jerry can go in there. I don't think the water splitter uses any power. I'm pretty sure it's just water pressure that does that. So all we need is the jerry can. The jerry can that's full. And yeah, that should be about it. And the splitter, obviously. Okay, we clearly hit something important. Alright, good, this is all being off. We got our jerry can. Nice little look on the side that shows everything. Alright, let's unplug you, and unplug you, and unplug you, and grab you. Now, this of course means that these are things we're going to want eventually here anyway. And it sort of means that it sort of sucks that we ended up grabbing both, but I want to sort of bring all this over there in future. I just didn't have enough money. I guess I did. I just didn't know what I would need. So we got the splitter. The splitter doesn't need power. We got the diesel. Yeah, okay, cool. If it was just one thing, I'd probably leave the truck here, given how low it is on fuel. A little bit concerned about its, oh yeah, its That's pretty low. I mean, it should be enough to get us back to town one more time. Which is pretty much all I need. Okay. So, big boy goes there, small boy goes there. Let's go. And on one of the outs. I know we've got 2 outs, but I'm hoping that... I'm just going to plug it into this one just in case. Basically, I'm hoping that that allows for 2 connections, and that's just why it is the way it is. Okay, cool. So in theory, if I turn, oh. Okay, that should be giving you power. Then I have to turn you on somehow. Nice. So that's lit up, power's lit up, that means everything there is working. Alright. Grab the big jerry can. Okay, that's good. Can we also fill you up? Oh, you take a lot of fuel. Alright, I'm just sort of paying attention to the amount left. Alright. That leaves me with just enough that if I need to refuel the car, I should be okay. Yeah, because you use power. You're the only 2 that needs. Alright, let's just refuel the truck. There. It's not a whole heck of a lot, but I hope that it will do. Oh, I know what I'd... Oh no, it should come with 50% maybe? We'll see. I like knocking those things over. Alright. There might be enough fuel in there to get back into the house. Let's see. No, I want to pretend like I know how to use this thing. So let's go on to the outside. And probably hit engine and parking brake. Nice. Our fuel. So it'll be time for us to learn how to use the scoop on the excavator, which I suspect will have quite a bit of a learning curve. I like the brand. I like the brand, I just wish that companies didn't, like, give their products, like, just tags like that. Alright, we might use all our fuel just getting to the claim, but that's okay. Alright, I'll see you in a few seconds. Alright, it takes an awful long time to get over here, but we're here, so I think we're going to set up at the very end of this and hopefully get it to a position where we can scoop and rotate to get into the mobile wash station. Because as much as they are mobile, they're apparently not human pullable versions of mobile. So we have to consider that. As long as we're not going to knock it, it looks like we're good there. Alright. Let's hit that parking brake. Oh, nice clinking sound. Let's look at the... I have a thing called an arm camera. Okay, and a thumb camera. Alright, that's nice. let's use this for now while we shift operator mode. Holy crap. Okay. Alright, that does that. Alright, first we're going to raise the boom. Okay, RF brings that forward. Alright. Okay, so... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, thank you. Okay. I figured that was the case, I just wanted to double check. Alright, let's raise the boom a little bit further. Okay, because the idea first would be to... It's not fully extended, is it? Oh, it is. Okay. Okay. So if we were there and we wanted to empty it, that would work. Okay. I like that. That's definitely looks like it'll work. And then we just do that. Cool. That should work pretty easily. Alright, let's get our first bite of the soil. Ooh, what's this? Oh, okay. So there's a bucket up, bucket down. Alright, if you don't want to use the mouse commands. I get it. Okay, so we need to open the bucket. Like so. And then do that. Alright, that got a lot of soil. We sort of went up a little too high, and then... Oh, okay. Thought it was telling me that there was a problem with that. Alright, so that does about 24%. Either way, that worked. Yeah. Let's turn those lights off once I remember how to do that. L for headlights. Cool. Alright, our first big batch. 24%. I realised what we forgot. Oh dear. Okay. Well, we're gonna go for a hike. See you in a moment. Okay. So yeah, I forgot buckets. I swear we also bought a Magnetite Separator, but I don't see it. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I like the shadow that's just a box floating in the air. That's great. I guess animation budgets are pretty poor. Alright. The crate is once again my savior here, though. Being able to bring a whole bunch of buckets rather than one at a time. Okay. Well done, me. Alright, so in theory, we turn this on. We turn this on so it gets water. And then we turn this on. Okay. Nice. While that's going, let's try and remember this. So lights on, high beams sound good. Hit X to turn the engine on, and then S to do that. You hold right click and sort of use it like a... I feel like I'm doing this poorly. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, sure. We'll get used to it over time. It's fine. A pathetic amount, but that's okay. That was also a pathetic amount, so that looks better. Okay, so we were just digging too greedily and too deep. Alright. Didn't feel right either. It's fine. I'm glad that this is sort of a learning experience. I wonder if I'm just supposed to leave it up like that, maybe? And then just... okay, there was rocks shining through. That seems like it might work. Okay. Yeah, I get the feeling that we're just sort of doing this kind of incorrectly, so let's... okay, maybe that... Did that work better? No. Still more. Alright, it seems like this is going to take a little while to get... see, that was a good one. That will not be terrible. Okay, we're getting into the swing of the process. It does take a little bit of getting used to this kind of... we definitely didn't do it right that way, but that's alright. Yeah, definitely not. So we're going to leave the scoop open, and then as we're going down, kind of dig with it. Yeah, we're managing pretty well. Maybe not from that high up. Also going to see if... So in controls, there was a mouse digging sensitivity. I'm going to assume that that's maybe what that was. Yeah, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. it. And then close it. Yep, cool. I was just checking that I've been opening it far enough. Okay, well, we're going to be back in a few minutes once we've got our bucket filled all the way up to 100%. In fact, I'm probably going to do a few buckets or until we're out of fuel, so see you in a few moments. Okay, well, we've hit 0 on our water tank, which is kind of a little bit surprising, but it is what it is. So we're obviously going to have to sort of stop this here at least. We used, well, not very much. Well, that's cool. It seems like the engine here auto stops when it runs out, which is nice. It doesn't burn its own motor out. But alas, we're definitely going to have to fill this all the way up if we want to get good stuff out of it. So we have 81% of a bucket filled, which is not a whole heck of a lot, but who knows? Let's go and see what we can get. That's good because it's about to hit midnight, and it will be good to see what our first almost full bucket is. As you can see, we found 400 grams of nuggets, which is fairly substantial. I get the feeling that at least for now the nuggets are going to be the big deal. But I suspect as the game continues, that will become less and less problem. Alright. So are we supposed to put it through the hog band pump now? I actually don't know. Let's see what the journal says. Guide. Okay, yes. Alright, so it wants us to put pay dirt into the Magnetite Separator, which I swear that I bought, but maybe I forgot. So... and then the wave table. Okay. Alright, well, in that case then, I'll tell you what we are going to do. Since I can't find my Magnetite Separator that I swear that I purchased. Okay, so... provision of rent in gold. Ah, so... he took it out of my total gold. But yes, as you can see, we apparently only earned 37 gold today. So, alright. We are down to $122 dues. But what we're going to do is we're going to hit the town and hopefully refuel some stuff. Now, if I want to... hang on. What do I need for the water tower? I think I need a huge thing. Yeah. And then I think gravity just does everything for us. That's why you don't need a pump. Yeah, that sounds about right. I swear I bought a Magnetite Separator. But if I did, I either forgot to put it on my truck, or it disappeared. But since I don't remember putting something large on my truck, I'm going to assume that I very sillily forgot, and we're going the wrong way for our truck. Alright, we're going to grab the Magnetite Separator, separate out the last of our stuff, and see what is in our... see what's in our vehicle. See what's in our vehicle. See what's in our first amount. Alright, I will see you in a little while. Alright, we're running on literal fumes, but we've at least been able to get to the bank. at exactly empty. And selling our gold bar for $12,000. Not too shabby for a day's work. Alright, well, we're going to have to go for a bit of a run, but hopefully we'll get things sorted. I forgot to bring my fuel tank. Alright, see you in just a little bit. Okay, no Magnetite Separator here, so I'm guessing we didn't buy it. Which is maybe not our brightest decision, but that's okay. So the Magnetite Separator, yeah. Okay, well, it looks like I didn't buy... Okay, it looks like I didn't buy the Magnetite Separator, so I come in and I grabbed one of those, and so, alright. If we want the Magnetite Separator along with everything else, we've got our small water pump. We get rain inside, which is always a nice nice touch. Mobile wash plant, Magnetite trailer will be useful, but probably not that level of useful. Big electric water pump. I really want the gold nuggetator, but not for $25,000. But a mobile fuel tank might be useful. Let's grab one of those. Alright, so it's gonna take our, yeah. Happy to buy that. So we're gonna pick up our Magnetite Separator and get our fuel tank and see how it goes. I have no idea how much fuel this thing takes. I assume it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a heck of a lot more than what fits in my car, I dare say. It's so nice of them to switch the camera to the side that you can't actually see how close you are. Alright. So we'll go here, we'll refuel this, and then we're going to bring the water pump into town and get as much water as we can out of the water tower. Alright. Damn. So that's going to be most of my money gone, but that's alright. Okay. So, home again. We'll pick up the... Basically, we'll sort out what we've got going. Then the episode will come to an end, and then I'll set up the water tank and everything for the next episode. See you in a moment. Okay, we're back now with our Magnetite Separator. Now, naturally, we're going to be setting all this up in a better spot, but for now, it's good to be here. I picked up, dropped the water trailer off over with the other goods, since that's eventually where I'm going to move to, and I need to go and set this up here. Or was it here? Yeah, it was something more like here, wasn't it? Alright. And that one can fit in there. And that one can fit in there. Alright. Magnetite Separator probably also needs some kind of water. And probably some kind of power. I do believe I have a spare small power cable, so that should be okay. Small water pipe might be water pipe, yes. Might be a little bit problematic. We'll see. Let's just drop this off here for now. Yeah, since we're not supposed to actually put it through this, we can probably just take water from that. Okay, water acquired. And I saw that power cable just over here. And okay, good work. Let's try that again. Alright. Turning you on. And currently at 200. You're already on. 200 because that's on, so we can drop that to 50 right now. Because I don't actually know how much power this uses, so... yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Where's our bucket of goods? Bugger. I do also, for the Magnetite Separator, need 2 buckets underneath it, one for dirt and one for gold. So, guess where we're going. Alright, buckets acquired. I also remembered to grab the tank, so that should be good. Been using power this entire time, hopefully not too problematic. As long as we've got enough power, juice left to deal with this bucket, I'm pretty happy. Alright, so we're at 0 gold. Let's dump it into the Magnetite Separator. Looks like the Magnetite Separator can hold 4 buckets, so that's what we're going to try and fill up in future. Alright, so we got a kilo of magnetite, and the rest is gold. And then we put the gold into the wavetable, and turn you off. Nice to know about that limited term offer. And then we turn you on. Alright, wow. It's going pretty well. That is pretty darn good. I've got to say, I was expecting a relatively small payday, but unlike previously where it was like less than 10% of our nuggets were actually gold, we got almost a full quarter, and I think we were pretty lucky with the gold, with the nuggets. We had a couple of big ones back to back. So 100 grams of gold, which is another like $2,000 or something, is definitely not terrible, which means a full bucket of that in that area over there will probably be about 2.5 plus nuggets. So every batch we do will be 10,000 just in gold from the buckets put through the Magnetite Separator and into the wavetable, and then probably another 40,000 in nuggets themselves. I think that's going to be it. Next time you see me, we'll have a full tank of water, hopefully. So, see you then.